شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you all. Allah starts off the passage in Surah Baqarah discussing Ramadan by saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. O believers, kutiba alaykumus siyam. Fasting has been prescribed upon you. Kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum. As it was prescribed upon every single nation that came before you. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Why? So you may attain taqwa. In this verse, Allah is telling us the reason why we fast is so that we can become from the people of taqwa. Ramadan's destination is taqwa. And taqwa is when the heart learns to live with Allah. Ramadan is not merely a month of fasting. It's a month of training the heart and training the soul. A month where Allah does not merely focus on our hunger or our abstention, but rather on that which the hunger produces within us, how it changes the heart and the soul. So this Ramadan, it's not about asking the question, how many fasts have I kept? Have I kept all 29, all 30? Of course, that's an amazing achievement. But the level above that, we want to ask ourselves, what kind of heart will I leave Ramadan with? What transformations need to be made to my heart, to my soul, to my character, to my mannerisms, to my demeanor? What impact will my ibadah and my fasting have on this? Or am I going to go back to my pre-Ramadan self once Ramadan is over? Or am I going to use this opportunity to start fresh with Allah? How do we change? We change by engaging the many different acts of worship with understanding and with depth and insight from Allah. Not sleepwalking through Ramadan and just ticking off goals and boxes as if it's a cultural routine. Taqwa, my brothers and sisters, is greater than that. And often, taqwa is translated as God-fearing or God-consciousness. But taqwa is a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that. There's no one word that translates it into English. One of the scholars of the Salaf, Talq ibn Habib, rahimahullah, he defines what taqwa is. And he says, it is al-amalu bi ta'atillah. It is to work in Allah's obedience. Ala nurin min Allah, with insight from Allah. Wa raja'a thawabillah, hoping and anticipating for Allah's reward. And it's tarku ma'asillah, you are leaving off Allah's disobedience. Ala nurin min Allah. Why? As an insight from Allah. Makhafata adhabillah, whilst you are fearing Allah's punishment and being distant from His mercy and His blessings and His forgiveness. That's what taqwa is. Taqwa is living with Allah in mind. It is to move throughout every single stage of our life, knowing that Allah sees me. Allah hears me. Allah knows what is in my heart. And because of that awareness, my choices begin to change. Taqwa is not about being perfect. It's about being careful and making the right choices with Allah. Careful with what you say. Careful with what you look at. Careful with how you behave when nobody else is watching. The scholars of the past, they describe taqwa as placing a protective shield between yourself and the displeasure of Allah. Why? Because you fear the consequences of those sins. Because of the amount of love and reverence and respect you have for Allah. And you don't want to be taken away from Allah's mercy and His forgiveness and His blessings by falling into the tricks and the traps of the shaitan and disobedience to Allah. Taqwa, my brothers and sisters, is what stops us from sin. Even when no one else is around, even when you think that you can get away with it, no one's going to know. Taqwa is what pushes you and encourages you to Allah's obedience, even when no one else notices what you are doing. Because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for Allah and Allah alone. Taqwa lives in privacy, in these unseen moments. When you're alone, scrolling on your phone, when you're provoked and anger arises, and you choose restraint. Focus on the key word with taqwa is choice. You choose restraint. When your desires appear and you choose to lower your gaze, you give preference to Allah's obedience over whims and desires and tricks of the shaitan. Taqwa is what makes a person honest when no one is watching. It's what restrains the tongue when anger arises. It's what lowers the gaze when temptation appears. That is where taqwa is proven. It's not about what other people think, other people's opinions. This person is righteous, this person is pious. No. And this is why Ramadan, it is the month of taqwa. Because fasting gives you a key lesson and it trains you that if you can leave off your food and your drink and your intimacy purely because Allah asked you to do so, seeking the pleasure of Allah, if you can leave that which is halal and natural for you, then you can leave that which is haram for Allah also. That is what taqwa is. Taqwa is consciousness and awareness in choosing Allah over everything else. It's not a piece of clothing. It's not an appearance. It's not a label. It's not a group. It is a heart that remembers Allah before the tongue speaks, before the eyes look, before the hands act. And whoever leaves Ramadan with more awareness in the choices that we make, then he has truly benefited from the month of Ramadan. May Allah make us from the people of taqwa. May Allah forgive us for our shortcomings and our mistakes and our transgressions. And surely Allah knows best.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان